we feel.
Well, if we're going to have any kind of real, authentic legacy to pass on,
Yeah.
which is, where our heart is really,
Yeah.
is if we're going to make sure, then we have got to take the responsibility. And that's what I fought for in terms of Gospel Music Industry Alliance,
Yes.
is that if we are going to say this is what this music is and this is where it's come from, and these are the people who have made this music what it is, and given its authenticity as a music form and its roots, we have got to do that. Nobody else can do it for us. And I think that's where I'm setting my head and my heart at the moment as I look at that clip of this person and think, really, who has really authenticated you as a gospel music director? I think that we have to begin to have something that officiates a person as being a gospel music, rooted person. I think we need to. And if it's not going to be the church, if the church is not saying this is where this music comes from and this is what we hold sacred or real about our music, certainly I think those of us who have dedicated ourselves over these years, whether we've been producers or performers or the writers of the music, we ought to be able to set that standard. And that's what I really would like to see in terms of legacy, is that there is a story that's been told and it's recognizable and people know where to go for it, and to be able to say, this is where this music comes from.
100%.
Howard Francis, I saw a picture that Howard posted. Howard Francis is a world international, recognized for his work with all the major artists. He MD'd Donnie McClurkin's most successful album that has the sort of Caribbean medley in it. It was recorded in London at the Fenton Hall in Croydon, and it was Howard Francis who MD'd that band. And he also wrote that first hit for LCGC, Fill My Cup. And he put up a post quite recently saying, look, hey, I've got this as a collector's item now. And, people were putting up there. Some people were like, wow, I didn't realize that. I didn't know. Other people were, oh, yeah, I remember it, and so on. And I think we have failed. We've let ourselves down. And I speak of myself in that, in the stories not being told enough. And we can retell the American story, but it's time now. We're 70 years old as a Windrush generation here, and we've got to bring our African heritage that now is here with us. We've got to do that. But I think unless we have the roots sorted out, I think that we'll still find it difficult as we go on into the future, and people will end up repeating the same mistakes and in fact telling the wrong story. And somebody else will tell our story and it won't be the right story.
And this is guys, now this is legit now. I know we're coming to a conclusion, but I would say this as well, this is important for like over the past 6 months. I've been just sitting down and reasoning with elders, big people, and just looking at life, and and it's somehow a door's gonna open for us to be able to, and to be able to archive the stories. It's important to, and I know that time's gonna come. And it's gonna come, sis, and trust me, within the next year it's gonna come. And I'm not gonna it's not thus saith the Lord. This is me actually looking at ways of making it come. God's blessed us with technology now that's incredible, where 10 years ago we could not go around videoing, recording and doing things like this, but we need to get around and see these guys before we bury them. And
it's the truth. I tell you what, there is so much out there that we don't realize that is archived, that is there. I watched a film when we did the Windrush singing our story from the front room to the palace in November last year. 3 cities all on the same day, streaming live. It was incredible. We did that from scratch with with no funding, except in the funding that came through the generosity of the individuals from my team and from those who ended up buying their tickets. We could not have achieved it if it wasn't for people's generosity. We fell short financially. It was short financially by a few £1,000s, but we did it. And it was something that I believe that was ordained by God. He gave me a prophetic word. He said he had my back on it. And the team that put that together and made that work was tremendous. But one thing I know, I've found out that there's a lot of people over the years who've got incredible archive photos and film clips. And I watched a film that was made by, in Manchester by the Majestic, not the Majestic, the Maribel singers. Oh God, I've forgotten the name of terrible. Tyndale Thomas, his brother, and Tyndale was the first person ever to receive a MBE from the Queen for services to gospel music. That was the first time ever back in the sort of late early 2000s, I believe it was.
Wow.
And late 90s, early 2000. And his brother, not David, I'm trying to remember the name of his brother, made a film about the Maribels and how they went to America and they went to Germany and other places and made this beautiful film about their whole series. And I was amazed at what they were able to do in clubs and in other places. I will try to post a clip from that film to make people realize how incredible this history of British gospel has been since, the Windrush generation came here, and why it's important that we do something about that legacy. And you're quite right. Yeah. We can archive it, and the GMIA is actually in that process of doing that and talking with the Black Cultural Archives in Brixton. Brilliant. Which to be able to have something really housed. So yeah.
No.
If there's anybody interested, get in touch with me.
We'll be getting in touch, man.
I'm on the Facebook there.
No, definitely. No, definitely, guys. We had a great conversation. I knew, sis. I knew. And when you said to me, "Is it gonna be 10? How long will it be?" And I knew in my spirit that we wouldn't stop talking because, I know you just scratch the surface of your knowledge, and I'm gonna periodically make sure we just get a spot of just getting some of that knowledge out there as well that you got in your mind. Some of the stuff you said today, I'm like, really? That far back? Live recordings? Guys, you don't realize that's crazy for me. I do live recordings and that's in the digital era. Before then, I was looking at 8-track. Guys, if you only knew, that was hard work. But also, there was no, we got it wrong. It's called you practice to get it right because you can't get it wrong. you ain't got time, no time to waste. You didn't have, I can get it right. I can send this piece back over to you later. I can do this later. No, there was no tuning. It's called know your part and do it. You know what I mean? And the professionality that we had back then has seeped away because of technology, I believe, as well. Yeah, but definitely hit out. Have a little search yourself, Juliet. Guys, just find out Juliet online. Gospel. It's gospel. Let me get it right. Gospel GMIA. Definitely. If you guys want to keep eyeing things there, that's a gospel music industry alliance. Yeah, guys.
That's right. Yeah, we've been off the heat a bit with updates of different things. We're actually in transitioning into a total whole new material. The site is down at the moment and so on things. I've been really caught up with some very personal changes in my life, some personal challenges. But you know what? I've decided I'm not giving up until it comes to fruition, whatever it is that's meant to be, that it comes there. And I saw the glimpse of it last year, November, when we did the Windrush singing our story from the front room to the palace. And I'm looking forward to, under the grace of God, to team up with people in a much better and effective way to do what we need to do.